Well, it's 11:27 at night, and I need to make some quick decisions about what we're going to do in the morning. We're headed to church, and I need to come up with something that we can cook and be out the door quickly. So I had a thought after I looked in my refrigerator. I thought, why don't I make a breakfast casserole? And so I went to my cupboard, and I pulled out a bunch of stuff, and what I found was a pound of Italian sausage, pound of cream cheese, about a half dozen eggs, some Italian bread that I had, and a jar of sun-dried tomatoes. So I thought we'll get to cooking an Italian sun-dried tomato and sausage breakfast strata. So come on, let me show you how I'm going to do it. First things first, I'm going to brown some sausage. I have a pound of Italian sausage here. And to my sausage, I'm going to add a small chopped onion. We're going to allow that to cook with the sausage. Alright. We're going to allow that to brown for a minute. While we're doing that, we're going to come over here and beat together our eggs. I've already broken our eggs, and I'm going to add them. This one here is a stand mixer. If you don't have a stand mixer, you could also use a hand mixer or even a whisk. I'm going to get them light and fluffy if you want to come in and look. They're about where I need them to be before I add the cream cheese, our Philadelphia cream cheese. I'm going to add in a pound of Philly cream cheese. And beat it in with the egg. We need to scrape down the sides of our bowl here. The thing that you need to make sure is that you have room temperature cream cheese. Whether you're doing this or whether you're making a cheesecake, you always want to have room temperature cream cheese to work with. It blends and you don't get lumps. I'm going to increase the speed on that. And back to my sausage. Still browning away. Alright, our cream cheese is looking good. Our cream cheese and egg mixture is looking good. I'm going to add in a cup of milk. And then let that go. While that's mixing, I'm going to go on and add in a half a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, quarter of a teaspoon of salt, quarter of a teaspoon of black pepper, and an eighth of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. My preference would be if it was a little later in the year and we had fresh basil on hand. To use fresh basil or fresh herbs in place of the Italian seasoning that I use. But for right now, that's going to have to work. And come back to our meat. We're about there, not quite. You want to make sure you get all the pink to turn brown before you move on to the next step. And we are about there. Alright, I think we're there. If you want to come in and take a look, everything's nice and brown. I'm going to turn the heat off and put it on some paper towel to drain. also let it cool for a little while. Set it off to the side. Come back to our egg and cream cheese and milk mixture. To that mixture, I'm going to add our sun-dried tomatoes. I chopped up about a 1/4 cup of sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to go on and add them into our egg mixture. I'm really excited about using the Philly cream cheese in this because I think it's going to make breakfast casserole extra fluffy, and it's going to give it a certain creaminess that it wouldn't have already had. So remember that when you're making your breakfast casseroles for Christmas or brunch or whenever, that you can just add a little bit of cream cheese and it goes a long way in improving the texture and the appearance of the casserole. Go on and add a couple of cups of sharp cheddar cheese. Alright, that's looking good. I'm going to add in 1 small loaf of Italian bread. Fold this into the egg mixture. We're going to also add our sausage. It's cooled off somewhat. You don't want to scramble your eggs, plus you're going to refrigerate this. So make sure it's cooled enough. We're going to fold just so you incorporate the eggs, but you don't lose the integrity of the bread. You want the bread to stay nice and cubed. You want to make sure you get that egg mixture all the way through. You want to make sure you use a pretty casserole dish. This one's actually made in Italy, so it's going to go along with our Italian theme for the morning. Spray it with a little cooking spray. And then add the bread and the eggs and the sausage. The sun-dried tomatoes are all throughout. The cheese. Looks delicious. Alright, the last step of our recipe is I'm going to add about 6 ounces of sliced mozzarella to the top of the casserole. Just layer it in. That's what it looks like tonight. I can't wait to show you what it looks like in the morning when I bake it. So let's cover it up. Put it in the refrigerator, go to bed, and come back to it in the morning. See you then. Alright, the oven is fully preheated. This has been out of the fridge for about 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to take the plastic wrap off and pop it in. Set the timer. 45 minutes ought to be just about right, and then we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so there's our timer. I'm going to peek in the oven and see if it's golden brown and delicious. Oh, it is. It's bubbling up perfectly. The cheese is melted nicely. I'm going to take it over to the table and we're going to enjoy. Alright, Paula, so everybody's awake and they're ready to eat. So I thought we'd try the Italian sun-dried tomato and sausage breakfast strata. I think I get the first dip. Ooh, look at that cheese. It's gonna be hot. Oh man, that's good stuff. The cream cheese makes it extra creamy. And it's got the perfect amount of spice from the Italian sausage. I think you need to try this for your next breakfast get together. See you later.